Hey everyone, good to see you. Time now for Morning Drive on YouTube, where current world number one Rory McIlroy headlines this week's field at the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. He won this event back in 2018 with a smoldering 64 in the final round to clinch his 14th career PGA Tour victory at the time and don the now famous red cardigan. Rory's victory at Bay Hill was his first in nearly 2 years, but that red sweater sparked the beginning of his return to the top of the official World Golf ranking. Rory's been a top 5 machine as of late, not finishing outside that number since August of last year. And expectations, they're great from McIlroy, but I want to know what you guys make of his season so far. So Damon Hack, give Rory's season a grade.
This show's been so very sentimental and heartfelt to begin, but it's back to reality now. It's a B for Rory McIlroy. Here it is. And I tell you why. As great as he is, the world number one, I want to see a little more momentum on Sundays. I don't think I'm asking too much for a player who is the best player in the world. And his last 2 starts in particular, at the Genesis in Mexico. Yes, top 5's fantastic, but no momentum on Sunday. No factoring on the leaderboard on the back 9. Little scratchy on Sunday, as well as he's played. That triple bogey on Sunday at the 5th hole in Los Angeles took him out of the golf tournament. He had a top 5 because he birdied 18. I think he would want that Sunday back. I think he would want Mexico Sunday back. It's been a solid start for him, a wonderful start. A lot of other players, if they had that resume for 1920, would get an A. Rory McIlroy, to me, gets a B. He passes my class. It's a good grade.
Passes, like be proud.
It's like satisfactory.
I mean, a D is passing your class.
It's a B. I want a few more of those top 5s to be wins. I wanted one more win. If he had won one of those, Genesis in Mexico, I would have given him an A.
He won 20% of his starts this season.
It's been a wonderful start for most.
Were you like the one baseball writer that didn't vote for Jeter, or was it Riviera?
No, I would have voted for Jeter.
Yeah.
I would have voted for
There's one guy that didn't.
A B's nothing to be ashamed of. He's got a lot of season left. We talked about it last year. I was tough on him last year to start the year. What did he do? Goes on and wins the Players, wins the FedEx, wins the Tour Championship, blah, blah, blah. Canada wins by a touchdown. Listen.
He lived up to your hearty expectations.
Yes.
He did. He walked off the golf course, I believe, disappointed in Mexico, in himself.
Sure.
Disappointed in Los Angeles as well. It's a B. It's nothing to be ashamed of. At this point, it's a B.
Okay, tough critic,
Just the fact that the word ashamed and Rory's season are in the same sentence.
He's
quite incredible.
He's an incredible player.
I've got A.
Okay.
I mean, I might say A minus-ish.
See?
Because if he had finished off Genesis, then it's an A. I mean, an A plus is winning every tournament. No one's going to do that.
Right.
I'll put that away. But this has been an unbelievable run of golf. Unbelievable. His one win this season is a World Golf Championship, but all top 5. All top 5.
Justin Thomas gets my A.
Really?
He's missed 2 cuts.
But he's also got 2 wins this season.
That's the only.
Seems.
And he's up there in the FedEx Cup. I mean, you gotta check all the boxes.
So-
Well, Rory's
so
not
you-
like 80th in FedEx Cup points.
So do you rate the slightly more volatile results and the missed cuts with one more win? Is that better than the unbelievable consistency
no question.
of Rory?
I think Rory rather have 2 wins than just 1 win. Listen, he's playing great. But
I don't think
just
so.
knock off
and
one.
I'll tell you
don't
why.
Think he'd want
Not
one
at this
more
point.
Win?
Well, he's got plenty of wins. Sure, of course he would want one more win. But going into Players next week, going into Augusta right after that, match play in between, would you rather know you're playing so consistently that you're going to be a factor, or be so volatile that, you know, if it clicks in, I might win this thing, but I also might go home early.
Great point.
Which is the way JT
I'm not worried about Rory. He's my pick to win the Players, and then it will absolutely be an A. Should he get that done, become the first player ever to go back-to-back in the Players
You're
Championship.
too generous.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to be tough now.
Good.
But I imagine he's a little bit tougher on himself than maybe we even believe at this time.
What do you think, Paige? Where do you stand in this?
You know, I'm somewhere in the middle.
Goodness gracious.
Oh, a little math.
To me, an A at a 4.0 is not where Rory McIlroy is, because I do agree with you, Damon. He has left some on the golf course.
Okay.
Without a doubt, he was disappointed in his finish at Riviera. He was disappointed in how Mexico played out. So I think he's not deserving of an A equals 4.0.
Okay.
A good 3.75, which would equal a letter grade A.
Yes.
3 A's and a B is 3.75. That's not too bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. And it speaks to how highly I believe his consistency has been,
Yeah.
but also how high my expectations are, and he should get it done a little bit more often. You've laid that out.
A little bit more.
A little bit
asking
more.
for too
I think
much.
he's left wanting after the last two starts. But I'm not grading anything based on the future expectations. This is strictly based on what he's done, which I think is higher than a B.
Well, yeah, and also that grading system doesn't exist in England, so I've no idea what that means.
Oh, okay. It's like a
Three A's
grade
and a B.
point average and GPA.
4.3 means nothing to me.
Okay.
It didn't mean anything to me either.
See it in the movies. I'm giving him an A because 6 consecutive top 5 worldwide starts is something that I'm not sure any other player right now would be capable of achieving. And I think you knocked the nail on the head, Robert, by saying all of these big tournaments, the season of championships, he knows he is starting every week knowing that he can finish in that most elite pool of players. He's not going in there with any doubt that he's going to miss any of the cuts. And if you give yourself chances,
Missing cuts? I mean, of course not. I mean, but he's not playing for top 5s. He birdied the last at Genesis to get a top 5. That could have been a T7 or T8.
But at the start of the week, you just play to give yourself a shot of winning. And no one does that better than Rory McIlroy.
True. He's a wonderful player. Great guy. Sat in our own comfy chairs over here across from us in Studio AP. I think he would give himself a B. I really do. If he sat down,
He literally moved from 2 in the world to 1 in the world. He's had 5 consecutive top 5s on the
That's a
PGA
good
Tour.
point. He supplanted Brooks. He hit Brooks back. But I still think he's left a couple Sundays wanting.
Sure.
And it drops you down to 3.75.
But that's golf, isn't it? Everyone leaves a couple Sundays wanting. That's part of the game.
And if the more you're there, the more you're going to leave wanting.
Yes. One more trophy, and it's an A.
I will say the trophy he has was a good trophy.
It was a good trophy.
That's pretty darn good trophy. And it's been an incredibly impressive season so far for Rory McIlroy.
Interesting. Well, be sure to weigh in on Rory's season and subscribe below for all of the latest. And for more news from the entire golf world, tune into Morning Drive and Golf Channel every day. We'll see you next time.